Hey, this is Brian. Pickle Punk's coming back at you.
What was this movie really about? I ask you, Brian.
No. I will say that it's about generations, different differences in generations. I think that the Hansel and Gretel story, as far as I know, is about the childhood fear of being, because your parents are powerful creatures who have control over you. So there's a natural fear in children that they'll use that power and take your life. The kids in the movie are obnoxiously modern. The young boy raps. The girl uses vocabulary that's very precocious. They record everything, first person narrative, generation selfie, to use the term from the review I read. That's a very big generational difference from these people who are country farmers, kind of puritanical, rural. So there's a huge generational gap between the grandparents and the grandkids, and I think the movie's trying to get at that in a Hansel and Gretel-y kind of way somehow.
It's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah. I would introduce my thought, which I guess kind of dovetails to some respects to your idea, is that there were overlapping narratives around the relationship between children and their mother, sort of what you were saying as well. So even if you look on IMDb, the main character is just mom. She doesn't have a name. She's just mom. Generic mother. And kind of how the movie plays out is that different characters are talking about their relationships with their mother, which what seems like on a continual narrative, but actually each of them are talking about individual mothers. So like the grandmother, when being interviewed by, I guess the child, which would be the grandchild, is asking about what happened when mom left. And that question, when a viewer views it, thinks, oh, when the mother in the movie named mom left. But the grandmother is actually answering it from her perspective of when her mother left, or maybe in this role, when she killed her children. So when the children's mother left, which is her. So when she gets kind of crazy and starts smacking herself in the face and stuff, she's not doing that because of what the mom in the movie left and the result of that, but when her experience of a mother leaving.
But didn't she actually, yeah, and she killed her own child, right? So she's recalling maybe that trauma. That's why she starts shaking and freaking out so much.
Yeah, so like that has its own little narrative in itself and its own little storyline. And so it's kind of a subtle storyline. And then you have the mom character that is having difficulty with her family and her mother or father when she left her house. And then you also have the actual child who's trying to rekindle or find the elixir to solve her mother's problems. So you have all these parallel mother issues or parental issues that each character is kind of working out independently, but it feels like on the surface, one straight narrative. So to some extent, the movie isn't about visiting your grandparents and them being total psychopaths. It's people working out the struggles between their relationships with their parents.
And the children seem to have a very healthy relationship with their mother, even though it's a failed marriage and a broken family. They communicate very well, and there's little subtle cues like when mom says, what level of problem with this and what level of problem is this, and they say it's a 1-level problem. Like they have these techniques to communicate, and it seems very healthy.
That is very healthy. Yeah, it's true. But you can also see that the grandson, almost OCD as far as his level of cleanliness. That's sort of a psychological issue based on his father leaving. I guess the grandchild, the female grandchild, having an issue with, a feeling of trying to be more adult than she really is.
She can't look in the mirror.
She can't look in the mirror. That's also true. So she can't even look at herself because I don't know if it's a guilt or a shame about her own self and how maybe she has affected her parents' relationship and why her father left.
Hmm.
So all these parallels. The one person that I don't feel was developed or I missed was the grandfather. I have no idea what's going on with his family. Did they really go into that at all? Like the interview that Becca had with the grandfather, did he say anything about his family or his father or his mother?
That's what I recall.
I don't think so.
Unless he was just involved in the murder of the kids and the alien.
Yeah, that's
thing.
true. Because
So you think this thing is about, the movie's about working out mom and father relationships?
I think that's sort of the main point of the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, that's sort of where I was leaning, just because the last scene is about the reconciliation. I assume Becca's really the main character, right? The daughter and her mother have that long conversation at the very end about how what really happened that she wouldn't tell her before. The whole reason that she went to visit the grandparents is to find out what really happened and why they don't talk.
Yeah, and why is that?
I thought it was because the mom character left the house to go be with this older man, and then the mother, her grandmother, or Becca's grandmother, stood in front of the doorway, and she said she punched her in the face, and then her father punched her in the face, and then she never talked to him ever again. So it was like an opportunity for reconciliation, I guess, is what she was saying.